This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning and welcome in on this snowy Monday morning.
Rebecca Smith right there. I'm Bill Bryant.
Is that it? Is that my name? Thank you. I forgot for a second.
Did you?
All this snow and all this drama. But you know what? The main roads are in pretty good shape, so that's the good news for you.
That is a good thing. And we're glad you're along with us as we start off this Monday President's Day.
Okay, now at 6 a.m., prepare for a somewhat sloppy commute. We're live with winter weather team coverage to help you plan your day.
Also this morning, road conditions are improving across parts of central Kentucky. A live report on interstate travel for you.
And we're looking across the region, seeing those winter storm warnings canceled. However, winter weather advisories have taken over until 11 a.m. I'm going to explain that and show you the rain that's going to be increasing today. Heavy rain, too. It's going to be with us, and then it transitions back into snow. You talk about a lot to talk about? Yeah, that's coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, it's one thing or the other, I guess, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, you do want to bust out that shovel today. You're going to have to.
Good idea. That's going to be important. You're going to need that if you're heading out this morning, and a lot of folks are, even though this is President's Day that we have going on. Mark Barber has been out and about this morning.
Yeah.
He's checking on conditions for us, and he's going to join us now to update us with what's going on. I think, first of all, we just want to take a picture. We'll show you what is happening right now. The good news today, once again, with it being President's Day, a lot of people do have the day off. There is no school in Fayette County today because of the holiday. That was planned, but it is the weather that has forced schools who had planned to go to close today. That includes Madison, Scott, Clark. More than 80 other districts are closed today as a result. Some universities also impacted. UK, EKU and Richmond and Morehead State are all on 2-hour delays this morning. Now, WKYT's Mark Barber begins our weather coverage. He is live in Lexington, where police have been dealing with dozens of crashes, and the road crews are trying to keep things clear. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Bill. Yeah, police have certainly been very busy, and you can see why they have been when you take a look at what a lot of the neighborhood streets, the side streets, look like. This is Plotted Place here in Hamburg. As you can see, very slick and very snow covered. Now, the good news is once you start to get a little farther away from streets like this one, those main roads, they show a lot of improvement. All of your arteries that feed into Lexington, like Man o' War, Harrodsburg, Broadway, Nicholasville, those are a lot more clear than these snow-covered streets. Now, crews have worked through the night really to clear as much as snow as possible off of those roads. However, there are still a couple slick spots that you will want to keep an eye out for. A lot of the turning lanes, those can still be tricky, as well as those spots where you start to approach an intersection. Sometimes those have a little more snow built up. So you will still want to use caution even on some of those very busy roads that have been receiving a lot of attention. Now, Lexington police tell us this morning they've only responded to about 3 crashes. Compare that to the 90 that they responded to in an 11-hour period yesterday, and you can really get an idea of how much road conditions are starting to improve this morning. But when you take a look at Plotted Place, a lot of these side streets, you can see that it's still so very important to really take your time. Now, one thing to keep in mind is because these side streets are not high on the city's priority list, they will not see a snowplow today. So while there are dozens of businesses and restaurants here on these busy side roads, there's not going to be snowplows, so you're not going to really see road conditions improve until temperatures can get well above freezing. So an extra word of caution there. If you do plan to take any of these roads in your morning commute, please take it slow. That's the latest here in Lexington. I'm Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you. And the snow was not so sweet for businesses looking to cash in on Valentine's Day. Many restaurants saw significantly less business last night because of the weather. Lots of places are closed today because of the snow as well. You can find a complete list of closings at WKYT.com.
Well, interstates are usually the first roads to be treated. Still, this snowstorm caused quite a bit of problems for drivers in Madison and in Rockcastle counties on I-75. WKYT's Victor Puente is continuing our weather team coverage in Madison County. Good morning.
Good morning, Rebecca. Traffic on I-75 seems to be moving just fine this morning. That wasn't the case as most of us were going to bed last night. A crash in Rockcastle County created a backup that stretched for miles. Now, that was multiple crashes near the Renfro Valley exit. It caused a backup that stretched into Madison County. We spoke to several drivers who got off the interstate in Berea and spent the night rather than risking spending the night on the road. Some drivers told us they sat for a few hours without moving. State police also had to deal with the crash back here in Madison County. That involved a semi and a state highway department vehicle. They were able to open one lane during that crash to allow people to go past as they worked to clean it up. Right now, the interstate is still a little slushy, but traffic in all 6 lanes appears to be moving freely. Once you get off the interstate, though, you're going to be dealing with some snow-covered roads. That appears to be the case throughout most of our viewing area. Live in Madison County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
All right, thank you, Victor. Remember, you can stay on top of all the snowfall and traffic with the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. You can download it for free in the app or Google Play stores.
In Scott County, police say the weather may have caused a crash that killed a woman. It happened on I-75 between Georgetown and Sadieville. It was snowing at the time of yesterday's crash. The coroner has not released the victim's name yet. Investigators in Bourbon County are trying to figure out what caused a deadly fire there. Firefighters say they found 63-year-old Charles Egbert dead inside a home on Southland Drive in the Southern Hills subdivision near Paris. The coroner thinks Egbert died from smoke inhalation.
A woman who admitted to causing the death of her 2-year-old daughter will be sentenced today in Whitley County. Trina White pleaded guilty to second-degree manslaughter. Investigators say the child died from blunt force trauma and asphyxiation. White's boyfriend, Mark Hayden, pleaded guilty to murder in the case.
The new 21C Hotel in Lexington is not open just yet, but the restaurant inside is about to be. Lockbox will open today. The restaurant and bar sits to the left of the lobby in the old First National Bank building in downtown Lexington. It can seat about 100 people. The Herald Leader says there is also a private dining room in the former bank's vault there. Right now, Lockbox is only open for dinner. Breakfast and lunch options will be added at some point. The 21C Hotel is scheduled to open next month.
I'm going to take you a look around all the roadways here in the Commonwealth of Kentucky just to get you updated on what's going on. When I left this morning, ran into those neighborhood roads, back roads, side roads. Those are the ones the snow covered. The main roads still with a little bit of slush on them. Pretty decent shape. You can see really the dark shade of the road there on Moorhead, contrasting with the snow there on the ground. Campton looks pretty good down the Mountain Parkway. Lexington, like I said, main roads look pretty decent. As you can get past those, just mainly wet and slushy. Heading toward Louisville across I-64 and over toward Frankfort, just some wet roads. E-Town looks good, and you can see London. Looked pretty good down south, but remember, you just got to take it slow. People are going to take it slow early this morning. Let me show you what's going on with the radar network. Down toward the southeast, still some flakes flying. This is adding to the Hal Rogers Parkway, Mountain Parkway, 15, 119. Yeah, just some nasty travel early this morning. But you work your way back toward the southwest, and that's an area that we're continuing to see that trend, a little warmer air diving on in here. What you're going to be seeing through the day is that rain and that snow mix. It's going to be increasing from south to north. However, all rain takes over during the afternoon as temperatures slide just above that 32-degree reading. We'll be anywhere from 35 to about 45 degrees down in the far southern half of our viewing area. That's heavy rain. It's going to be moving on in. In a 12-hour span, we're expecting 1 to 2 inches of rain, maybe even as high as 3 inches, and that could lead to some flooding as well. That heavy rain transitions back into snow later on tonight. But the flooding most of the day is really what we're going to be paying attention to off into the evening. Nighttime hour, that's when we can pick up a little more snow accumulation. We're at that flood watch in effect for certain portions of our viewing area. Southern half, Hal Rogers Parkway, Mountain Parkway, 64 heading toward Moorhead, all the way to Ashland. And you can see where that corridor of that heaviest rain sets up, right where the National Weather Service has put out that flood watch. Still 1 to 2 inches of rain expected, but some a little locally higher down toward London, Corbin, back towards Somerset, Science Hill, and all the way to Monticello, Williamsburg, and also Whitley City. So there's a lot going on as we start off with the wintry mix, transition to all rain, and then back towards snow later on tonight and into tomorrow. And that's what we're going to be watching out for as we travel, and those roadways are looking pretty good right now. But remember, the main roads look good, still a little slush on them, but the back roads and neighborhood side roads, when I left this morning, which was a few hours ago, so hopefully they've been knocked out a little bit at least, but they haven't really been touched. So there's a lot going on with this forecast. The rain will help,
yeah,
and the temperatures will help, but we're going to see more snow later on tonight. And so that's going to be the question. When is it going to transition? Right around midnight? Where is it going to transition? That's what we're going to have to watch out for in the next several hours.
That's the question. Thank you. Each morning we bring you weather and traffic. Here's Officer Don right now with what's happening out there. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, we got a real good overview of Lexington traffic and surrounding areas from Micah there. I can tell you that the roads in your neighborhood are going to be very snow covered. Main roads are passable on Nicholasville Road. Once you get there, Harrodsburg Road and the Circle, you just have to be real careful this morning. It's helping a lot that school's out in Fayette County and surrounding counties for traffic flows. We get a live look outside. We can see things are moving ever so carefully. Now, as far as drive times go, you can sort of throw them out the window because it's going to be what it is this morning trying to get in. No major issues as far as wrecks in the way, but of course, road conditions are going to be a factor as we try to come in from Madison County across the Clays Ferry Bridge, also on 64 from Winchester and Paris Pike 2 on the north side. So just be real careful on the way in, take your time, and hopefully you'll get there safely. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, Don, thank you very much. And he's exactly right that it's getting to a main road that's going to be the issue this morning. If you can get out of your driveway, that may be an issue.
Yeah.
So just plan for a snowy day ahead. 6:10 is our time on WKYT this morning, and we're glad you're with us here on this Monday, President's Day.
Days after the death of Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia, the debate is underway over who President Obama should nominate to succeed him. I'm Don Champion in Washington with the latest coming up.
Winter is here, so buy a Subaru or get stuck in something else.
I'm WKYT's Sam Dick, and I stand for Kentucky.
3 women with one thing in common. They are all transgender. WKYT's Amber Philpott talks with the 3 to discuss their struggles and their hopes for the future.
It's about treating individuals with dignity and respect.
Transitions in life, tonight at 6 on WKYT.
Towing, hauling, and just plain work. Ram owns it. Get truck-size discounts, man-size deals on over 100 new Rams during Ram Truck Month at Man Chrysler.
Man, what a deal!
You may be entitled to $1,500 for each call you've received from any company collecting a debt. Seems too good to be true, but it's the law.
It's President's Day weekend at Green's Toyota of Lexington, and we're offering cold, hard cash to heat things up. Save up to $5,000 off MSRP on new Toyotas with our Green Saver coupon. Special APR offers available from Toyota Financial Services on 13 different Toyota models, including 0% APR on our most popular models. And get $2,000 customer cash on 13 different Toyota models. Hurry in to Kentucky's #1 Toyota dealer, Green's Toyota, for President's Day weekend savings.
Great people, great cars, think Green's.
You do things to me I can't explain. You make me behave.
If you won Kentucky's Lucky for Life and got $1,000 a day in the mail for the rest of your life, you'd love your mailbox too.
When you're in pain, nothing matters more than finding relief. Our strategy at the Pain Treatment Center of the Bluegrass is to provide an aggressive, cost-effective, multidisciplinary approach to reduce pain, restore function, and improve your quality of life. As the largest freestanding pain treatment facility in the Bluegrass, we provide extended care through our affiliated Joint Commission accredited surgery center, in-house imaging suite and lab, and our behavioral medicine specialists who address the emotional and psychological aspects of pain. Call for an appointment.
Folks have been taking the short drive to satisfaction for over 20 years. Folks from everywhere come here, not just from here in Winchester. And who wouldn't come here? With over 2,500 vehicles to choose from here in Winchester, Kentucky. No matter if it's 100 miles or the short drive from Lexington, our staff will help you start your journey. Tim Short Chevrolet.
Diamond Masters is buying your gold, silver, jewelry, and coins. Now is the time. Sell your rings, watches, chains, flatware, and coins. Diamond Masters is paying the real top dollar. Come in and get paid on the spot today. Diamond Masters, we really do pay more.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you. Follow WKYT on Twitter.
Take your pick from over 100 new Rams. The Workhorse, the Street Cruiser, the Luxury Liner, the Eco Diesel. All on sale during Ram Truck Month at Man Chrysler.
Man, what a deal!
WKYT's First Alert Weather follows you wherever you go. On TV, online, on your phone, and throughout the day on 100.1 WKQQ.
Welcome back in. It is 6:14 on your snowy Monday morning. Well, the body of the late Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia is on its way to the Washington area today.
The 79-year-old died of natural causes suddenly during a hunting trip in Texas over the weekend. Don Champion reports from Washington, where a battle is already underway over who should replace him.
A white hearse carried the body of Antonin Scalia to a West Texas airport Sunday, bound for Virginia at the request of his family. The 79-year-old Supreme Court justice passed away suddenly over the weekend while vacationing at this resort ranch. A county judge ruled Scalia died of natural causes after consulting with his physician and sheriff's investigators.
One of the things that I did ask the sheriff and the marshal that was there if there were any signs of foul play, and they said absolutely not.
On Sunday, flags across the country and in the nation's capital flew at half-staff in honor of the longtime justice. Known for his strict conservative views, Scalia was both reviled and beloved by his colleagues. In a 2008 60 Minutes interview, he maintained his disagreements were not personal.
I attack ideas, I don't attack people.
Here on Capitol Hill and on the campaign trail, the debate is already underway over who President Obama should nominate as Scalia's successor.
The president has the right and responsibility to nominate a new Supreme Court justice.
We cannot afford to have Scalia replaced by someone like the nominees he's put there in the past.
The president says he will nominate a successor in due time, but Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell maintains any vacancy should be filled once a new president is in office. Don Champion, CBS News, Washington.
And with 4 conservatives and 4 liberals remaining on the court, the nominee would ultimately tip the balance of the court. Funeral arrangements for Scalia have yet to be announced. Police in Australia have just landed the biggest seizure of liquid meth ever. $900 million worth of the drug was found hidden in imported boxes of silicone bra inserts and in art supplies. 4 people with the Hong Kong passports were arrested in Sydney last month for allegedly importing from China about 190 gallons, that is, of that drug.
Pope Francis continues his historic trip to Mexico with a visit to its southern border. The Pope celebrated an outdoor mass in one of Mexico's most dangerous towns yesterday, warning the faithful about the dangers of wealth. The Pope also visited a children's hospital in Mexico City. Well, a new study finds that 2 blood-building drugs injected soon after birth may boost brain development and IQ in premature babies. Researchers say babies who got the drugs scored about 12 points higher on average IQ tests than the untreated kids, but they were still about 10 points lower than the normal weight group. Experts say the first of its kind study was small, but the implications are big if the results are positive in larger numbers. Well, the music world celebrates some of its biggest names tonight at the 58th annual Grammy Awards. Rapper Kendrick Lamar leads the pack with 11 nominations. Taylor Swift and The Weeknd both earned 7. The star-studded event airs tonight right here on WKYT.
Time this morning is 6:18 on WKYT as that snow starts to wind down for now, with more winter events to come. Voters in Austin, Texas will decide in May whether Uber and Lyft drivers should be fingerprinted and pay 2% higher fees to the city. While opponents say that measure is not necessary for the ride-sharing services, others think it is a measure to protect riders. Bookstores are making a comeback even in this digital age. Data from the U.S. Census Bureau shows bookstore sales rose by 2.5% last year. That's the first year-over-year increase for the industry since 2007. A lot of folks like to turn those pages. Get ready for bigger and better cell coverage. AT&T says it will be ready to conduct field trials on its 5G network before the end of the year. It will be an upgrade to the 4G LTE network. It's not clear exactly how much of a power boost it will give your current upload and download speeds, but the 2 dominant carriers are making a public display of their technological arms. So here we go, maybe some improvements for your phone. Rebecca?
Sounds good to me. WKYT This Morning is just getting started. The contest was so good, extra rounds were needed to decide a winner. Highlights from the NBA Slam Dunk Contest are still ahead.
It's a long jump roll. There it is. Unbelievable dunk contest. Here's something, again, that's unbelievable is this forecast. It's one of those you really have to watch throughout the day and often to the night, because the forecast is one of those that's right around 32 degrees. It could go either way. I'll have that in your forecast coming up.
CBS tonight. Don't be late for the Grammys because superstar Taylor Swift is kicking off the show. Plus, Rihanna, Ice Cube, Carrie Underwood, The Weeknd, Ariana Grande, Lionel Richie, Meghan Trainor, Luke Bryan, Selena Gomez, John Legend, Anna Kendrick, Lauryn Hill, Ellie Goulding, host LL Cool J. And that's just the first hour. Plus, Justin Bieber, Kendrick Lamar, Lady Gaga, and welcome Adele back to the Grammy stage. The Grammys Live, CBS Tonight, are streaming live.
There's a lot to stop and see this President's Day at Nissan. 5 exciting new models. This is Nissan Now.
Choose the 2015 Nissan Sentra, just $149 per month. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
Just in time for your long winter's nap, 0% financing for 6 years and free TVs. This week at Sleep Outfitters. Savings store-wide with Sealy mattresses as low as $99 each piece. This Sealy gel foam pillow top just $4.99 with a free TV. A Tempur-Pedic adjustable queen set just $34 a month. 0% financing for 6 years, free TVs, store-wide savings, and free same-day delivery. Happening now at Sleep Outfitters.
This is Brett Melrose. With winter almost here, the experienced team at Fayette Heating and Air stands ready to serve you, dedicated to keeping you and your family comfortable around the clock, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, with no additional overtime fees ever. Fayette Heating and Air, we're the biggest because we're the best, and we're here for you anytime, day or night. Call 233-0424. Fayette Heating and Air, complete home solutions.
We've got an online auto approval hornswoggle. Oh, I hate swogglers.
They said I was approved online.
Uh-oh, I smell a butt coming.
Yeah, a big butt. But I wasn't really approved.
Only DriveTime.com gives you a real online approval in 2 minutes. No butts.
Because butts stink.
Butts do stink.
Kind of a double meaning. What do you mean?
Huh?
Save yourself. Get a real online approval first. Go to DriveTime.com.
Get ready for a night of music, dance, and merriment with Celtic music ambassadors, the Chieftains. March 9th, EKU Center for the Arts. Choose your seats and print your tickets at home at EKUcenter.com.
What do these women have in common? They are the staff of Ageless Medical Weight Loss. They've lost a combined 1,300 pounds. The team at Ageless will understand your struggles and celebrate your victories. For a medically supervised, affordable weight loss solution, call Ageless today for a free consultation.
There's a lot to stop and see this President's Day at Nissan. 5 exciting new models. This is Nissan Now.
Choose the 2015 Nissan Sentra, just $149 per month. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
Good morning and welcome back into WKYT this morning. It's bright and early, 6:23 on a snowy morning.
Yeah, it's very snowy, but a lot of the main roads in good shape, so don't worry about it too much. We're up to more than 200 closings and delays on WKYT.com.
And that's what's trending at this hour. Another snowstorm is barreling down on the bluegrass. UK and EKU are both on 2-hour delays this morning, as well as Moorhead State. Road conditions are improving again, especially on any road that's not a main road this morning. They're likely to be snow-covered and slick out there.
I-75 in Rockcastle County is reopened after being shut down because of crashes on the snow-covered road. Drivers headed south seemed to have the most trouble yesterday.
And a check of the forecast now, meteorologist Micah Harris. This is a first alert severe weather day because we have more events to come.
Yeah, you know, I just got a Twitter message from one of our sister station employees back over toward Louisville. He's a meteorologist over there. Said, good luck on the forecast tonight, buddy, because it is very, very complicated here in our region. When does it transition over later on tonight, and what does it transition to? I mean, we could really see one of those. It's a fine line from 0 to 4 inches very rapidly of snow. Before that, we're talking about some rain, and rain's trying to nudge in back towards south and southwestern portion of our viewing area into the Cumberland region. Once that rain takes over, it'll last a long time. I mean, we're talking about 12 straight hours of rain, and that's going to add 1 to 3 inches of rain into the forecast. Now we're seeing 31 degrees in Lexington. The sun has not actually come above the horizon just yet. When I walked in, it was 28. So that warmer air is nudging on in here. Now we're at 34 there in Monticello. And watch this as we go through time. Here's 4 p.m. this afternoon. Rain widespread over their area, and not just here in Lexington. That goes for everybody. It's going to be pretty widespread there for you coming home from work. It continues to go off into the evening. Afternoon and evening are your rainiest times. You're going to see a lot of rain with this in a short amount of time, so flooding is a concern. But watch as we go off into the night. That rain will slowly transition over into some snow, guys. So we have a lot to talk about with this forecast. Very complicated, but I'm going to break it down coming up.
And fortunately, after all this is over, it gets pretty good late in the week. So
that's a good thing.
Warm up for the weekend, so we'll look forward to that. 6:25 right now. This year's NBA Slam Dunk Contest was one for the record books.
TNT says 7 million people watched Zach LaVine of the Minnesota Timberwolves battle against Aaron Gordon of the Orlando Magic Saturday night in Toronto. Their dunks were so good, the contest needed 2 extra rounds before LaVine was named the champ. The league says there was a peak of about 50,000 tweets per minute during the dunk contest. Well, some couples in New York had a bird's eye view while saying their I do's on Valentine's Day.
They sure did. Couples held their ceremonies inside the Empire State Building. Some of them tied the knot while others renewed their vows, but they all had a breathtaking view from the building's observatory on the 86th floor. The couples won the right to hold their ceremonies there after winning a contest for the most touching love stories. So how sweet.
Yes.
And maybe they were better off than those who had weddings on Times Square yesterday outside.
Outside.
Where it was very cold.
Yeah, a little troublesome. 6:26 is the time for you this morning. When WKYT this morning returns, a man convicted of killing a Lexington police officer is up for parole again. An update on the Glendonna High case.
That's coming up at 6:30. Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot, $94 million. Wednesday night's Powerball jackpot, $189 million. Kentucky mornings start with WKYT. We're coming right back.
I'm WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey, and I stand for Kentucky.
When big news breaks, be the first to know. Download the WKYT News app and turn on push alerts. Breaking news at your fingertips when you need to know what's going on. Push alerts, now available on the WKYT News app.
These gray skies, we could shake them up, we could
wake up with a hot McCafe coffee starting at only $1.
I'm like a boxer in a ring, a small boxer. You don't expect much, and then wham! I hit him with huge, creamy goodness. All right, round 2. Bring it, girlfriend.
Rich, creamy, 100% natural cheese. Mini Baby Bell.
Snag a little bigger.
I'd like to make a farewell toast to boring breakfast sandwiches. Goodbye, you dry, crusty, poor excuses for breakfast. I've moved on to the new DQ chicken and gravy biscuit. Juicy white meat chicken breast on a fluffy home-style biscuit smothered in pepper gravy. I'll never eat a dry breakfast again. Maybe I should propose a toast to gravy.
The new DQ Chicken and Gravy Biscuit, only at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food.
Are you tired of juggling your finances and can't afford those remodeling projects? Ceramic tiles starting at 59 cents a square foot. Come on down to Surplus Sales for some great deals.
At Golden Law Office, not only do we have extensive trial experience with large jury verdicts in Kentucky, we have resources and insight to handle cases that involve catastrophic injuries and death. At Golden Law Office, our results and resources allow us access to world-renowned experts. Remember, we handled cases for insurance companies for over 25 years. They often value your case based on the attorney you hire and the experts you retain. Put our experience, resources, and knowledge to work for you. Call us today for a free case evaluation.
Folks have been taking the short drive to satisfaction for over 20 years. Not only Winchester folks, but folks all across the state and even across the country. And who wouldn't come here? With over 2,500 vehicles to choose from here in Winchester, Kentucky. No matter if it's 100 miles or the short drive from Lexington, our staff will help you start your journey. Tim Short Chevrolet.
All the beautiful color, but there's more than just for me, so gonna share it with another. I got to show, to give, let out. I want to sing and shout. Take a look and say, oh, 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 oh.
It's H.H. Gregg's President's Day sale. Save up to 35% off top brand appliances, Samsung, LG, Whirlpool, and more. Plus 0 interest until January 2019 and free delivery. H.H. Gregg.
Gregg's got it.
How Southerners say good morning. Get a freshly prepared breakfast from McDonald's Kitchens.
Say hello to all-day breakfast with a mouthwatering biscuit and gravy.
WKYT's First Alert Weather follows you wherever you go, on TV, online, on your phone, and throughout the day on Rewind 105.5. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you. Hope you had a great weekend despite the snow. Monday morning now. I'm Bill Bryant.
I'm Rebecca Smith. It's February 15th.
And now 6:30, and the owner of a historic general store here in Kentucky is promising to rebuild after a massive weekend fire.
And we do have live weather team coverage this morning. Another snowstorm has made it pretty difficult for your morning commute.
We still have some snow showers down toward the southeast, but we're starting to see that mix come into play. This is going to be a crazy forecast for you as we go throughout your day. And there's the look. Watch for it to be widespread later on this afternoon is the next 48 hours. Snowfall, heavy rain, roads will be nasty. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about coming up.
And the word is, of course, take it slow on your way to work this morning. Crews are still tackling the roads after last night's major storm moved through. Let's take a live picture now. Lexington picked up a little more than 2 inches of snow officially. We have seen pictures of higher amounts, though, around parts of the city.
This is a live look at current road conditions in Lexington on our WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day. Road crews could get some help from Mother Nature today in the form of rain. Meteorologist Micah Harris shows us what we can expect.
Yeah, and the thing here is, once we travel off into your afternoon, I've been asked on Facebook and Twitter, is this rain going to help us out? Is it going to make it worse? You'll get some ponding there on the roadways. If you're talking about helping it out from getting all the snow on out of here, it washes away a lot of this snow. However, snow melting with heavy rain, it's not a good combo, so watch out for ponding there on the roads, especially the afternoon and evening. This morning, wet roadways. Major roads, arterials look pretty good, but you go off toward the side roads and neighborhoods, still snow covered for many locations. London across 75 looks good. If you're heading 64 all the way to Frankfort and into Louisville, not all that bad. Haven't heard of any issues back toward E-Town either. Head off toward Jenkins down in southeastern Kentucky. And yes, that's where we're seeing some roadways that could be a little treacherous because this boundary is still located down toward the southeast. So central zones, northern zones, maybe a couple of flurries, but nothing really to worry about this morning. But down toward the southeast, we've had that all night long. So we're going to be talking about this when this rain actually takes over and that milder air swings on in here. I'm going to show you timing on this. It's going to be one that we really have to watch throughout the night, but that's coming up.
All right, we'll see you then.
Well, there is no school today in Fayette County because it is President's Day, but it's the weather that's really led to more than 80 school closings and delays this morning. And the University of Kentucky, EKU, and Richmond and Morehead State University are all on 2-hour delays this morning. WKYT's Mark Barber is continuing our weather team coverage live in Lexington, where police have been dealing with dozens of crashes. They've been working the roads as well. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Bill. Main roads are improving as road crews continue to salt and plow those busy roads. However, we are not seeing much improvement on these side streets. Take a look here. This is Plotted Place in Hamburg, and this is what a lot of your neighborhood streets and your side streets are going to look like. They're very slick and they are very snow covered. Now that starts to change once you hit those main roads. Road crews worked throughout the night to keep as much snow as possible off of those roads. And this morning we are seeing that those roads are for the most part pretty clear of snow, but you are still going to watch out for those turning lanes and you're still going to watch out for those spots approaching intersections. Now Lexington police say that if you take a look at the numbers, you can really tell the story of how road conditions have been improving. They say yesterday, over an 11-hour stretch, they had 90 crashes. This morning, however, they've only responded to 3. So while road conditions are starting to improve, if you take a look here at Plotted Place, you can see why it is still so very important to take your time and stay safe. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
And interstates are usually the first roads to be treated and as well as scraped, but the snow still causes all kinds of problems for drivers in Madison and Rockcastle counties. WKYT's Victor Puente is continuing our weather team coverage live in Madison County.
Good morning, Rebecca. The interstate is looking a lot better than it did last night. Traffic has been moving behind me all morning. But just like in Lexington, here in Richmond, a lot of the side streets are still solid white. State police had to deal with multiple crashes on I-75 here in Madison County. That included one that involved a semi and a state highway department vehicle. That caused a big backup, but not as big as the backup in Rockcastle County, just south of here. A crash near the Renfro Valley exit shut down the interstate for hours. We spoke to multiple drivers who decided to get off at the Berea exit and get a hotel room rather than risk getting caught in that traffic. Right now there's still some slush and snow on the interstate, but the traffic seems to be moving just fine. Most drivers I've seen are going close to the speed limit. So if you're driving on the interstate this morning, you should be okay. Just know that once you get off the interstate, you may be dealing with some slick roads. Live in Madison County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
All right, Victor, thank you for watching that for us this morning. It is not expected to be anything like the recent blizzard, but the nation's capital is also bracing for a new winter storm. Washington's mayor says she fully deployed the D.C. snow team ahead of a storm that is expected to deliver at least a sloppy mix of snow, sleet, and rain today. 1 to several inches of something in the forecast in D.C.
Well, checking in with Bluegrass Airport, a number of canceled flights this morning. That includes 2 flights to Charlotte. 1 afternoon arrival from Charlotte is also canceled. Remember, you can stay on top of the snowfall and the traffic with the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. You can download it for free in the app or Google Play stores.
Today, the widow of a Lexington police officer will try to make sure that his killer stays behind bars. Brandy Derman will be making her case in front of the state parole board this morning. Back in 2010, Glenn Donahue was sentenced to 20 years in prison following a hit-and-run crash that killed Officer Brian Derman. No decision is going to be made today. Donahue will have a chance to make his case to the parole board tomorrow. He has already been denied parole once. We could hear testimony today in a Lexington murder case. Kiera Green and 3 others were shot inside a home on Scottsdale Circle in 2014. Green later died. Police have charged Alan Burgess with murder in the case. They say he had a long-standing feud with one of the men at that house at the time. His preliminary hearing scheduled to begin at 8:30 this morning.
In Rowan County, a woman is recovering this morning after a serious crash. State police say 40-year-old Stephanie Wilson lost control on Open Fork Road and hit a tree. She was taken to UK Hospital in critical condition. Police say 2 kids in the car went to the hospital with minor injuries.
The owners of a historic store in northern Kentucky that was destroyed by fire over the weekend say they will rebuild. The Rabbit Hash General Store has been in Boone County since 1831. It was closed when it was gutted by a weekend fire. Crews had to tear down the storefront to put out the fire. They don't know how the fire started, but they do not suspect arson.
State police are looking for a missing Hardin County teenager. Police say 17-year-old Emma Riney left her house in Rineyville on Thursday morning. She was last seen getting into a 1996 Nissan King Cab truck. Riney never made it to school. Police think she may be with this man. Her mom says he is older, has dark hair, and tattoos on his arm. Well, the man accused in a Louisville triple murder case will be in court today. 26-year-old George Slaughter is charged with 3 counts of murder and tampering with physical evidence. He was arrested in Louisville over the weekend. Police say that they found 3 adults dead inside a home. Slaughter's in jail on a $1 million bond. Well, the excitement over tonight's 58th annual Grammy Awards is growing as music's best singers and musicians prepare to take the stage.
But with the recent deaths of so many music legends, this year's Grammys also is promising to stir up a lot of emotions. Terry Okita takes us inside the Staples Center in Los Angeles.
Rapper and nominee Pitbull will rock the Grammy stage with a diverse mashup of musicians.
We're up there with Joe Perry from Aerosmith. Come on, man, doesn't get more than rock and roll than that.
The performance is part of a Grammy tradition that partners artists from different genres and generations and features rising stars like first-time nominee Andra Day. The soul singer will meld her voice with pop star Ellie Goulding in a duet.
Organizers say this year's Grammys here at the Staples Center is different from previous years. The show will be filled with stirring tributes to honor the long list of music legends who've died recently.
Album of the Year contender Chris Stapleton will lead an all-star tribute to blues icon B.B. King. Gary Clark Jr. and King's close friend Bonnie Raitt will also perform.
You know, he was just the greatest. He's had more influence than anybody I can think of in history, in the blues and rock and roll.
Lady Gaga's homage to the late David Bowie is expected to be among the night's biggest performances.
It's basically a medley of 9 tunes.
Nile Rodgers put together the elaborate tribute.
This is very personal because it feels like a wonderful way to say goodbye.
But the biggest spotlight may belong to Taylor Swift, who is up for 7 Grammys, and rapper Kendrick Lamar, who leads with 11 nominations. Terry Okita, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Should be quite the show, and the Eagles will be honoring the band's co-founder, Glenn Frey, and Natalie Cole, Earth, Wind & Fire's Maurice White, Stone Temple Pilots Scott Weiland, and others will also be remembered tonight. The 58th Annual Grammy Awards, hosted by LL Cool J, airs live tonight at 8, and again, it is right here on WKYT.
Well, a Pike County 6th grader did not want anyone to feel left out this Valentine's Day, so he played the role of Cupid. Evan Ratliff delivered roses to every 6th grade girl at Pikeville Elementary School. He passed out 4 dozen roses, 3 of them to teachers.
Last year I saw a lot of girls did not get everything that all other girls got, so I kind of felt like the girls got neglected and everything. So I just wanted to give back to them and show like I care about them.
Well, Evan used his birthday money and his allowance to pay for all the roses himself. So, very chivalrous deed there.
Right. He acknowledges he was nervous, but he's really glad after the reaction he's gotten, which has been really nice. It's coming up on 6:41 right now.
Let's get a check of traffic right now, see what's happening out on the roads.
And here's Officer Don with a check on live drive traffic. Good morning, Don.
Good morning. Well, it's sort of a sloppy mess on the way in. The biggest deal is getting out to the main roads, which are passable, but your neighborhood, that's a little different story. Traffic flow is decent because school's out today in Fayette and surrounding counties, so that is helping a bunch. Let's get a look outside. We'll show you a live look at real time and what we're experiencing on the Circle, on Man o' War, and of course inbound Nicholasville Road and US 60 from Clark County. Drive times, we can pretty much throw them out the window. I mean, it's going to take what it takes, right, to get in this morning. You don't want to be rushed, but if you do that, you'll probably get there okay. With no major collisions to deal with. They're calling it about a 13-minute ride from Nicholasville. From Paris, looking about 19, Winchester about 25. Main deal is be careful, take your time, and you should get in safely. Now back to you in the studio.
Okay, that is a good thing. Let's make the best of it here on this Monday. It's President's Day. Some don't have to be on the move today, so that's a good thing.
You're lucky if that's you.
That's right. WKYT this morning is on the air with the latest, and we're coming right back.
Forget playing dead or fetching a stick. One dog in Florida was born to boogie.
All right.
That's a pretty good video right there. Listen, we're going to be talking more about snow and also rain now involved in this forecast. Extremely complex. I'm going to break it down for you and show you what I feel like is going to happen later on today. Coming up.
I'm WKYT's Miranda Combs, and I stand for Kentucky.
Hi, Shane Huffman with the Neil Huffman Automotive Group, and we're celebrating the grand opening of Neil Huffman Honda in Frankfort, where you can get 2 brand new 2015 Honda Civics for just $449 a month. All those details are on our website, and remember, Huffman has it now in Frankfort.
Did your family set a goal to become healthier in the new year? One family did and lost 300 pounds at ageless. Bruce lost 92 pounds, Adam lost 64 pounds, and Catherine lost 151 pounds. For a medically supervised, affordable weight loss solution, call Ageless today for a free consultation.
This is Monster Jam, and there's no holding back. See Gravedigger, Backwards Bomb, and more. Monster Jam, coming to Rupp Arena, February 27th.
It's not about the distance you have to go, it's about the drive that gets you there.
It's what makes us Kentucky strong, independent, and proud.
Giving it your best, 100% every day, because that's what it takes.
When it comes to getting things done, nothing outperforms, outworks, or outshines Ford F-Series trucks from Paul Miller.
39 years and still the leader. Ford F-150 from Paul Miller. Big Blue Nation's destination.
United we stand, Kentucky strong. Ford trucks and Paul Miller.
It's the President's Weekend event going on right now at Frankfort Toyota. New 2016 Corollas, $159 a month. Camrys, $179, and RAV4s, $199 a month. Or 0% APR financing available. For price, selection, and service, the winner is you when you come to Frankfort Toyota.
Frankfort Toyota, Google rated 4.9 out of 5 stars.
Frankfort Toyota, and online at frankforttoyota.com.
Announcing the ultimate red tag event at Adams Buick GMC Truck in Richmond. With GM supplier pricing for everyone on every new GMC. That means every new GMC Terrain at GM supplier pricing. Every new Sierra pickup at GM supplier pricing. And every new Acadia at GM supplier pricing. Plus, get the Adams Advantage, a limited lifetime powertrain warranty. The ultimate red tag event only at one place. Adams Buick GMC Truck in Richmond, where
Sid says sell them.
Hi, Shane Hoffman with the Neil Huffman Automotive Group, and we're celebrating the grand opening of Neil Huffman Honda in Frankfort, where you can get 2 brand new 2016 Honda Accords for just $4.99 a month. All those details are on our website, and remember, Huffman has it now in Frankfort.
First Alert Weather is brought to you by Columbia Gas of Kentucky.
Taking a look across the roadway, see if we have any icy or slushy conditions. Remember, the main roads still with a little bit of slush on them, but they're passable. But you get into those neighborhoods, back roads, that's where we're seeing a bit of an issue. Traveling this morning, yeah, it was tough for me to get out of the neighborhood, but once I got out, it's pretty smooth sailing. You got to just take it slow, obviously. Lexington, head up toward northern Kentucky and Florence. Frankfort looks good. Down 64 all the way to Louisville. BG Parkway, have not heard of any issues. 75 looks just fine. And Jenkins, you get off toward Jenkins and work your way down toward the Hal Rogers Parkway. That's an area that could be a bit of a mess because overnight and into early this morning, we've had some snowflakes still falling out of the sky. Elsewhere, if you go central and northern zones, we are dry this morning. But I want you to focus back on what we have back toward the southwest. That green showing up over toward Whitley City, then make your way toward Monticello. Those are areas that we're starting to see that wintry mix, and it looks like that's going to take over as we go throughout the next couple of hours, and then transitions into all rain later on in your day. We're talking about noontime, I would say, is when that snow or that wintry mix transitions into all rain for everybody. And it comes in from the south to the northern zones, okay? So it's coming in from the south. Temperatures will be above that 32-degree reading, and even some spots down south will be right there in the 40s. I've had several questions, well, with temperatures like that, rain moving on in, how is that going to affect us there on the roads with all the snow? Well, what it does is it washes away all that snow, but then when you wash away the snow and also have that heavy rain, it's not going to be good. Flooding concerns going on later on this afternoon off into the evening hours. That's the best bet at having some ponding there on the roadways. But heavy rain will transition to snow later on tonight. So there's flooding concerns, there's snow accumulation. Let me take you hour by hour. Watch this graphic. This is going to be one of the more interesting graphics you've seen in quite some time because it has been for me. I've been doing this for a while. So check this out, okay? So we have rain widespread there by noontime. It becomes pretty widespread for much of the region there toward the afternoon and evening. And look at that heavy rain moving on in. Then we get off toward midnight. Still looks like rain, but watch this. This gets very interesting. I want you to look at this. You talk about a very hard, very complex forecast. You have rain on the left side of the system. You have a band of snow setting up right in the middle, then more rain on the right side of the system. It's rare to see that. And when you see that, that means more than likely you're going to have to watch this in nowcast, meaning you're going to have to watch it on radar each hour once we go off into the night to see when you start to get that transition. Because the timing on the transition and also what it transitions over from rain to what? Snow, freezing rain, sleet? That's something to watch out for because that's going to make a huge adjustment in our forecast. As of right now, we're leaning toward right around midnight to 3 a.m. See that transition over into snow. That swath of snow, I mean, we're talking about it putting down pretty good snow, hefty snow, especially I-75 and points toward the east. But look at this moving on in on Tuesday. Another shot at some rain/snow. So what are we expecting out of these two systems with these quick hitters? Watch this. 2 to 4 inches. Additionally, that's going off into tomorrow morning is what we're going to be seeing once that rain transitions over into snow. So it's going to be a hefty snow line, but where it sets up, the track of that, that's what we're going to be watching. What, when, and where. There's a lot of questions in this system, but let me tell you this. You want some good news in the forecast? I got it for you. Look toward Wednesday, a few flurries. Thursday through your weekend looks good. It will feel phenomenal. 58 Friday, guys, and 60 on Saturday. So there's my present to you because the past 10 days you have not liked me. I get it with the emails and Facebooks, but listen, we will get out of this. We'll be all right. The roads are iffy there on the back roads and neighborhoods, but other than that, main roads are just a little bit of slush here and there.
Something we can deal with.
Yeah, well, let's hope we, once we dig out, then this time maybe, you know, maybe we get on the road towards spring.
Knock on wood here.
I'm going to show you a cute little dog here. Huh?
Yes, this one is named Ginger Rogers for a reason.
Right. The one-year-old black and white charmer showed off her dance moves at the Florida shelter that she was taken to after being found roaming the streets. Look at that. After this viral video started, somebody decided that they, in fact, did have room for a dancing dog, and they have adopted her. So
that is amazing. Look at that.
Nicely done, Ginger Rogers.
What a sweet little puppy. Glad she's got a new home.
That's a good deal. It's good to have you with us on WKYT. Bright and early on your Monday, a brand new week off and rolling, and it's right now 6:50.
We have more news. Stay with us.
Coming on, the legacy of Supreme Court Justice Scalia and the fight over a replacement, plus his candid interview with Charlie Rose. Then, a backstage look at tonight's Grammys.
Are you all ready?
More real news on CBS This Morning, next.
Closings on WKYT are brought to you by Kentucky Utilities, Be Dry, Morehead State University, Lextran, and Kroger.
1, 2, 3, 4, get my shoes and out the door. 5, I'm alive. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine. 10, gonna do it right and do it again, yeah. I look into the sky with all the beautiful color, but there's more than just for me, so gonna share it with another. I got to show, to give, let out. I want to sing and shout. Take a look and say, oh, 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 oh. Come on, come on, come on and sing, yeah. Come on, come on, come on and sing.
When you flip on the lights, you're probably not thinking about us. But at Kentucky Utilities, we're always thinking about our customers. Planning to meet your future energy needs. Exploring renewable energy options. Adapting to constantly changing regulations. We're always thinking about ways to bring you safe, reliable energy while keeping your rates among the lowest in the nation. So you can keep thinking about what matters most.
Imagine our city as one big machine and all the moving parts that keep it humming along. Lextran keeps more of those parts moving than most of us realize.
Unless the conditions are extremely bad, we don't stop. We run every day, including holidays.
So whether you ride the bus or not, you can count on the fact that many of the people you count on Lextran.
40 cents off a gallon. That's what I'm talking about.
I got 60.
70? Oh, yeah! Oh! How much did you save? $1 a gallon.
Big savings with fuel points at Kroger. Now that's something to celebrate.
Going to a fast food joint for slow-smoked pork is like going to a carpenter for a root canal. Sure, they got a drill, but do you really want that in your mouth? Come get some real slow-smoked pork at Sonny's Barbecue. Both pulled and sliced pork with sides and bread for $9.99, or with a redneck egg roll for $11.99. Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmasters since '68.
Welcome back. It is 6:53 this morning. It's another snow day for dozens of school districts, and it may not be the only one this week.
Yeah, we could see more snow closings tonight. We'll see what happens today. The University of Kentucky is operating on a 2-hour delay. So is Eastern Kentucky University in Richmond at their main campus. EKU's extended campuses are closed today. Also, Morehead State University on a 2-hour delay, and there is no school in Fayette County because it's President's Day. In Lexington, road conditions are improving slowly this morning. The city's first plows the priority roads, and then there are just a couple of inches of snow on the ground today, and so in that case, many of the side streets will not be seeing any plowing just yet, if at all, during this particular event. The top elected official in the West Texas county where Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia was found dead says the 79-year-old died of natural causes. A private plane carrying Scalia's body is headed for Virginia. The White House says President Obama will nominate Scalia's successor once the Senate returns from recess. Obama says he intends to fulfill his constitutional duty, but top Republican lawmakers and some presidential candidates are insisting that he leave the job of naming Scalia's successor to the next president.
Pope Francis continues his historic trip to Mexico with a visit to its southern border. He is urging Mexicans to shun the devil's lust for money. He made the comments Sunday at a huge open-air mass for more than 300,000 people in the violence-torn city there. It was the biggest scheduled event of his 5-day visit to Mexico. Well, no love connection for Kong the octopus. It's a tradition for the Seattle Aquarium to match 2 of the sea creatures on Valentine's Day. This year a little different because Kong is now 70 pounds and his potential matches are less than half his size. Staff say it's not safe to get them together. Octopus, or octopi, excuse me, that's the plural, apparently, octopi, sometimes attack one another during mating. Now it may be up to Kong to find love out in the wild.
He's at the big man in the tank there, it looks like. 6:55 on WKYT this morning. And right now on WKYT.com, it is a first alert severe weather day as crews clear the roads from this latest snow, and we await what appears to be more wintry events on the way here. So here's our look. You can check out our closings as well today and tonight. All of our weather features are just a click away here at WKYT.com. Now, Fayette County schools again closed for President's Day. Many other districts had planned to go into session today. They're now closed because of what's going on, and we have those delays at UK, EKU, and Moorhead. All of those posted for you this morning. Now, Lexington police have been busy. It's been tough out there on the interstate with accidents, and the police in Lexington responded to more than 90 accidents in an 11-hour period. Coach Cal's ejection from the South Carolina game also trending on our website. It happened early in the contest, but the Cats still rolled to a big destructive win over the Gamecocks. 89-62 was the final. Check out our story of the Pike County boy who wanted to be sure that every girl in his class got flowers for Valentine's Day. Evan Ratliff delivered roses to all 45 girls and his teachers. He says he was nervous, but he got a great response. On Kentucky.com, more about that fire that destroyed a Kentucky landmark, the Rabbit Hash General Store in Boone County. They do plan to rebuild. And CBS This Morning is coming up shortly with your eye opener and our local updates. Join us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter or Instagram, and for the latest, WKYT.com.
Look at this setting up later on. I mean, we were talking about once we hit the nighttime hours, just rain all day, guys. And it's heavy rain, 1 to 3 inches of rain. Could see some ponding there on the roads, but look at that into the night. We're talking about a rain-snow mix, and that's a swath of snow that could put down heavy accumulation very quickly.
Okay.
Nobody's more up to date than you to start your day. Thank you for being with WKYT.